So we're doing natural everyday makeup today, and this is specifically really good for anyone over 40. I'm 45 years old and I have transitioned into my 40s, figuring out what works best for my skin type because obviously it has changed. I currently have my moisturizer on, nothing else on. Now I'm gonna go in with a primer and I'm gonna use my Anastasia Hydra Prime. The reason I'm using this is number one, it's extra hydrating, so it gives me that hydrating boost that I need, which I think is personally really good for over 40s. I think ultimately people assume that everyone over 40 has really dry skin. That isn't necessarily the case, but I do feel like when you put makeup on, even if you have combination skin over 40, you put makeup on, it can dry out the skin a little bit quicker. So you end up kind of thinking, well, I should have kind of gone for something which was, you know, targeted to more mature dry skin in the first place. So I think that's an issue that a lot of people struggle with, is as soon as you get into your 40s, you just kind of assume, now I need everything that is kind of like extra hydrating, which is kind of the case, but there are different levels. Like I still use a normal moisturizer, which isn't like a rich moisturizer. So therefore, when I use a primer and I'm going for an extra boost, I think that works well for me because my skin isn't dry or really that dehydrated, so I don't need to use every single product which is targeted to hydration. One product, such as my primer targeted to hydration, is kind of enough for me. Maybe later on I might need to kind of like make sure other products I'm using are targeted towards hydration, but at the moment this is just fine for me. So what we want to do is create something which is slightly luminous, but also great for an everyday look. We don't want something that's kind of like too heavy and too overly contoured. I also want something that's really easy for you guys to do. So if you do like videos like this, which are quite detailed and go into, well, detail and are broken down for you, then please do hit the like button, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss my next video. So let's get on with it. Now let's apply our foundation. For foundation, I'm gonna go for this. It's one of those things that I just feel like recently I started to love again, and it's the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I'm using the shade 6. I am going to get my brush, which is my BK Beauty 106 brush, and I'm just going to apply this towards the center, but super thin layer. I don't want anything so heavy because obviously we are going for an everyday look. I do feel like you can use a tinted moisturizer if you want, like for an everyday base. That's a good option, but I feel like using foundation today, and I feel like, you know, you can also use foundation, but if you do, then obviously go for something which isn't so heavy. So I feel like this is a good product because it does give you that nice flawless finish, but it isn't too heavy and thick either. It also isn't very drying, so because it is a luminous finish, it does kind of give you that natural everyday luminous that you want. So luminosity that you want. Okay, so when it comes to my concealer, I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in 35N medium. I've put some on the back of my hand because what I want to do is just work from that for my eyelids first. So I'm going to use my Beauty blender, spray this with some spray, go into some of that product. I'm using a few new products today, well, maybe one or two, because I actually really like them for over 40s because I tried them last week and I really liked them. So I think, you know, generally when I'm doing these kind of over 40 everyday makeup looks, you've probably seen more than one video like that on my channel. It's not always because there's a brand new technique that I'm teaching. Sometimes what it is it's new products that I'm sharing with you that I think are really great. So I've got a really thin layer of that concealer on my lids. I'm now going to go into my Huda Easy Bake, which I do really love for keeping things in place. Now I'm using the loose setting powder, not the pressed. I do love the pressed one, but what I want is for this everyday look to really last all day. And I'm not saying that pressed powder doesn't work, but I do feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I can rely a bit more on the Huda Beauty loose setting powder. Loose setting powder ultimately is really going to be ideal for you if you want it to you don't want to worry about it all day. And I feel like the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Press Powder is still quite new to me, so I'm still kind of like having to have a full day of wearing it and not applying anything else, where I kind of then feel like I can really rely on that. But currently I actually really like the loose one as my go-to. Okay, so eyelids are done. Now let's do this on the lower eyelid area. I don't want like a thick layer, so guys, do keep it quite kind of light in terms of your coverage. I'm going to use my Hollywood complexion brush. These two areas here that I did are literally just for the lift, not for coverage. Okay, so let's use the Beauty Blender now. Spray that once more. Now you really want to keep this in the same place, because I don't really want the extra coverage anywhere else. And I have applied a super thin layer, so definitely not as much as I usually would do. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, at this point, I really want to think about what my kind of sculpting and my color, like in terms of blush, is going to be like, because I would rather use a cream product in terms of texture before setting everything. Reason being is because it keeps it all very natural looking. Powder is going to make everything look a little bit more done, and therefore, the only powder I really want to rely on to use is my setting powder. What I would like to do is kind of set my base before I actually kind of go in with the cream. Now, the way to do this is, because obviously you should already know by now after watching some of my videos, and if you don't, because you haven't watched many of my previous videos, then let me just explain it again here. I don't recommend that you use cream or liquid products on top of any areas that have been set with powder. The reason being is because it actually moves everything underneath. It kind of ends up separating because you're applying a texture that doesn't work well with another texture. Powder and cream can work well together if used in a certain order. So if you apply powder first, then you apply cream, it can end up, especially depending on your application technique, it can end up moving the powder and everything underneath around, which means nothing's intact anymore. Everything is basically moving around, breaking around, and it's not set, because powder ultimately sets everything underneath. Then if you go on top with something else, which is a bit more fluid, it's not set anymore, right? Whereas if you use cream or liquid and then you go over with a powder, that's fine, because that order ensures that the powder has set everything underneath. So therefore, what I like to do sometimes, in case I like to, you know, if there's a situation such as today where I like to kind of apply my blush and bronzer kind of near the end, then what I tend to do is use my powder, but I only generally use it through the center of the face, which means that leaves the perimeter of my face open for me to be able to use cream products on there after, because I haven't actually set it with powder. So what I like to do is set that middle section, because that's ultimately where I feel like I've got most product anyway, because when I apply my foundation, even my concealer, I haven't really gone around the perimeter too much. It's quite a thin layer around that area. It's mainly through the middle. So therefore, let's set this. I'm gonna just get rid of any creasing on my under eye first. I'm gonna get into my powder here with my powder puff and then just set my under eyes. So that's done. Just go along the forehead. And then I go around this area because I did apply some concealer there. And then just this center section here of my cheeks. I get my Real Techniques brush. I brush away this powder. I then use my bigger brush, which is my Hourglass Veil brush, and I dust away the powder everywhere else. Very lightly skim the skin, so I'm not pressing down. So I've got my Urban Decay Slick Day Brow Wax, and I just go through my brows now. Currently I'm using the Makeup by Mario E7 brush. And this is just pushing my hairs up. There you go. And then I just press them down. I do let my brow gel kind of sit there for a minute before I actually brush them. It's kind of similar to concealer, where if you let it sit for a minute, it kind of sets a little bit, so it's easier and it's not so fluid. Again, once I've brushed that, I let that sit for a little bit just so that it dries down so that I can then apply my pencil. In the meantime, what I usually do is I hydrate my lips. I'm using the Dior Lip Maximizer. If you've been here long enough, you will know I always use this. Not because it's a lip maximizer, because I actually think it's more of a long-term plump that you get. So it's not like an overnight or immediate thing. I personally don't think so anyway. But I use this once every day. And I genuinely do feel that's the reason why I don't have to use things like lip filler anymore. Like, it's been a good couple of years that I haven't used lip filler. And yeah, I'm happy with them because I don't want them super big anyway. Like, I quite like them. And plus, to be fair, honestly, all it takes is a bit of lip liner in the right place and then that does the job. So let's get on with the brows. I'm going to do as natural as I can go with sparse brows. I'm using my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. And I'm just going to shape out the brows. Once I've shaped them out, I use the same pencil to just do little hair strokes from that line. Okay, so now we can move on to finishing off the base. Before I do that, I do just want to kind of do my mascara, because I feel like then I kind of know how much blush is going with the whole look. I'm going to go with my Hourglass Unlocked Mascara, because I do feel like this is more of an everyday mascara. I absolutely love my Dior Over Volume, but honestly that's when I want more emphasis on my eyes, and I guess today what I really want is more emphasis on nothing. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like an everyday look, I don't want to necessarily make anything stand out so much. It's just having a really good basic everyday look that is good for over 40s. And I feel like with our concealer, we created just enough lift so that we get that lift without it looking crazy with contouring. And also just enough so that it doesn't actually stand out. And I think that's overall the kind of look that I'm going for today, is like, I want to show you an everyday look that isn't trying to, well, it isn't so try hard. Because sometimes there's nothing wrong with being basic. I am just going to use some of my bronzer, which is my Dior Forever nude bronzer in Intense Matte 05. I'm just doing my nose a little bit because I always do that. I'm going to use my Patrick Ta Creme Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo in She's Sculpted. And I'm using the cream and my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit brush. I always take off a bit on the back of a tissue. And then we're just going to go over this area. Can you see that really soft sculpt? Okay, so for blush, I'm using this, and I love it at the moment. This is the Tarte Cosmetics Macaroon. I don't even know how you say that. Macaroon Blush and Glow Duo. And it's so good because there's a cream blush, but there's this kind of like, it's almost, I would say, it is a powder, but it's more of a kind of set butter. That's how it feels anyway. So there's two sides to it. You've got cream here, and then you've got this, which is the glow. What I like to do is get my Hourglass 15 brush, go into the cream, get some on the top part of my cheekbone here. And I really do love this one, by the way. This is toasted coconut. I mean, it just sounds good, doesn't it? But it's such a subtle colour. I always take off some on the back of a tissue, by the way. Can you see that really nice glow? So you can keep it like that, or you can go into the glow bit and basically go over to kind of set your blush. And I love that. There you go. Then I get my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude. And I get a really natural lip line going. And then my Violet France Bisou Balm in Callison. And there you have it, my everyday makeup look for over 40s. I feel like this is a really kind of easy everyday look that anyone can wear. I don't even think, even if you're not in your 40s, I think this is a really good look for you, but hopefully you kind of see what I mean by it being a very luminous kind of look, but isn't over the top or in your face. It's something that I feel like is wearable, you know? And this is the thing, I feel like an everyday look for me means wearable, means that it's not over the top, it can be worn to the grocery store, but if you end up having a couple of meetings or a last minute coffee date, you can still wear this makeup. It's not in your face. It just looks very pleasant, you know, and that's what I was going for. By the way, have you subscribed to the Beauty Breakfast Club? It's my online platform where I talk about everything beauty, health, wellness, fitness. I think you're gonna love it there. Every newsletter is written by me. Every month we do have a kind of interview with a brand founder as well, so I think you'll really enjoy it. There's all like tips and tricks on there, new product releases, products that are new that you're going to see there before you see here, but it's free to subscribe, which gives you access to one newsletter every 8 to 10 days or so. And then if you go for the paid version, it unlocks the entire site. There's a newsletter every other day. You also get to join the group chat then, which means you can ask me any questions directly. And the paid version costs the same as getting yourself one coffee a month, so it doesn't even cost a lot, but it's a really great way to support my work that I put out for you guys, and a really good way to get your questions answered. So looking forward to seeing you over there. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and don't forget that everything is listed in the description, and I will see you on the next video.